In this video, I'm going to explain to you the 3 reasons why most biopics fail, and it has everything to do with editing and screenwriting. My name is Baudilio B. Perez, I am a film director and actor, and this is the reason number 1, underestimating audience knowledge. One of the things I learned in one of the best film schools in Spain is that films are not only written with the story we tell, but also with information the audience already has in their mind. So many times the viewer is not even aware of it, but the audience is co-writing the story while watching it. And not only that, the more information the audience has about the character, the harder it becomes to write about them freely. Expectations are extremely high, and it's very difficult to disconnect the viewer from the image they already have. Carvalho used to say that art is good insofar as it brings us closer to reality, whether literal or metaphorical, but always touching reality. When you invent something about a character everyone already knows, like Michael Jackson, it becomes extremely difficult to surprise or emotionally move the audience. And in the end, who doesn't know about Michael Jackson? What is the average age of someone watching the movie? 25, 30, 40? I mean, everyone saw him while he was alive. Everyone knows his face. TikTok and Instagram are full of people imitating him, and YouTube is full of his performances. The challenge is just too big. Let's go with the reason number 2, a shallow point of view on the character. It's true that filmmakers and writers need a strong point of view. That is essential in filmmaking, that is essential in cinema. But that point of view must be honest with the inner truth of the person you are portraying. So someone like Michael Jackson had an extremely high level of artistic creation, incredibly powerful. So even if in interviews he seems shy or eccentric, internally he was a very strong artistic force. So when you watch him dance or the expressions he makes while singing, you are seeing someone intensely powerful artistically. But that side doesn't appear on the screen because the point of view is built only around interviews, eccentric behavior or childhood traumas, not the internal world that made him move and create the way he did. So you cannot distort the nature of the character just to fit a personal interpretation. Let me give an example. It's like if your character is a great general, but in the film you only show moments of weakness, tenderness, or innocence that don't define him. So it doesn't work, nobody believes it. For example, you see Gladiator and you see Maximus Decimus Meridius, and his attitude throughout the film is like a rock, firm, stable. That doesn't mean he doesn't cry for his family. He does, but his core presence remains strong throughout the movie. Michael's artistic power had to be visible in the story in the same way. Let's go with the reason number 3. Subscribe, like, and hit the bell. Now the reason number 3. This is one of the most important ones. Studios don't always need the film to be great anymore. That is a problem nowadays. There are so many marketing channels that a film can succeed commercially without being truly great. I mean, with 6 months of trailers, promotion, and anticipation, especially for a figure as big as Michael Jackson. Just releasing something decent in its first week can already be enough to recoup a large part of the investment. In other words, the subject is often more important than the execution. In the past, in the 90s or 80s, it was different. When Titanic came out, it didn't make all the money on the first day. It stayed in theaters for weeks and weeks. So back then, if a film was bad, it could be a disaster because revenue was slow and dependent on long theatrical runs. Today, marketing reach is much stronger. Studios don't need a film to stay in theaters for weeks. I mean, they just need you to show up once. And a case that illustrates this is Gladiator 2. The marketing was massive, leveraging the success of the first film. And while it wasn't a financial disaster, it didn't fully meet expectations. And that makes sense. If the film doesn't connect, it doesn't matter how much promotion you do, you know? So I'm not saying the Michael Jackson movie is terrible. I actually found it entertaining, and I learned interesting things about his character. But as a story, I didn't feel much. And the purpose of this video is to share that kind of insight, the same way I do with my students. Because in the end, editing is also about constructing a story. So if you want to learn more about filmmaking, editing, and screenwriting, follow for more value.